Right now, we want to introduce Stephen Reese, a storyboard artist with The Simpsons. You're here today, and you've got some art that's going to be featured in the gallery throughout Comic-Con, right?
Yes, I do, here at the Chuck Jones Gallery. Last year, I donated a piece to a fundraising auction that they did. It was a blind auction. It just ended up getting so many likes on Instagram and such that they said they wanted to publish it. And I've been doing work with them, kind of being their Simpson guy for many years, come and do lessons for kids, a lot of their nonprofit work in Orange County. And so since I've known the family and everyone worked here, of course.
Naturally.
Yeah, absolutely. And anything that helps the gallery make some money and allows the nonprofit to keep functioning. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And your art here, when you guys come down and check it out, it's got a very kind of Zen feel to it. You know, very yin and yang, but also fun with Looney Tunes.
Yeah, and especially with Chuck's characters, so much of how he made his cartoons was studying the human condition. We are the Daphne Bugs dynamic. So yeah, it just felt very natural that symbol, which is going to be used to study the human and usually ourselves, how we do react to other people on cartoon. So just looking at how Chuck kind of looked at that through his cartoons and sort of study that. We all, like we used to say, we all wish we were bugs, but we're all really Daffy.
Every morning we wake up, no coffee, you're in Daffy mode.
Yeah. I think you get a bugs moment 2 or 3 times in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
So with the art that you have displayed here, is that same kind of very, peaceful yin and yang, inner self, introspective, does that carry over to The Simpsons as well? I think that's known for a very different type of humor and, behavior.
I can say after this, I'm now on my 24th season working on the show. There's probably no difference between The Simpsons life and my own. So I'm sure I am studying my own self by working on the show this point.
Does that kind of work its way into the characters at certain times between you and the other storyboard artists?
At this point, I also don't really know because you're attacking the job every time there's a new script, there's a new place that the family get going. So you're always seeming to approach the same thing with a new angle. You always find angles for us to try to explore. So that's what keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
As for my own touch, no. I think actually I always regard myself as being kind of the T-1000 Terminator liquid of just being able to go around the production as the production is needed. Because we are production artists. The final result is what you guys are watching on television. You're not looking at my storyboard. So I have a specific job to help the next part of the production get off on the right foot and stay on track and stay on schedule. And that's always my focus at the end of the day.
Okay.
That did help the whole show.
That makes it sound very much more organized than people might think when it comes to drawing for The Simpsons. We just blew your guys' mind with that. I assume they were just, I personally, I was just like, you guys get to draw all day. That's awesome. But this makes it sound like it's like, there's so much I don't know.
Part of it, it is a pretty stable schedule of every other week is essentially a deadline and the episodes keep going. So it keeps you on your toes. But I also like that with every month there's kind of a new adventure to be going on, and you never know what it's going to be. And the funny thing is, so many sequences I've boarded over the years, every kind of action sequence, space, water vehicles, different planets, every city in the world you can think of. And all the big set pieces, you imagine those would be the really hard ones. No, it's the family sitting around the kitchen table talking for 3 pages that it always ends up being like whatever they're saying, you're like, okay, we need to see that from that end. No, that's not going to work at all. But then, Paris seems to come together really easily.
Huh.
So you just never know how it's going to be.
With that, how do you find time then to work in art just for yourself, like the works that we're seeing here?
After many seasons on the show, I'm very regimented now.
Okay.
When I'm focused on The Simpsons, I can very much focus on that and do my job. And then when it's done, out ahead. I can't even remember the last script I worked on. I'm not kidding. I cannot remember the last script I worked because I'm on a current one now.
I get that. Showzimers is what we call it.
In the now, simply.
Yeah.
After 24 seasons, what's your guess on how many episodes have gone through, I guess, under your pen,
No way to tell. I guess IMDb would be able to tell.
Yeah.
But no, because actually in beginning years, you're helping out on different shows here and then. So there was you had to do a certain amount of work to get a screen credit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how all that played when I was very young on the show. Mm-hmm. So I ended up working on a lot of episodes that I didn't receive credit for, but everyone did. Mm-hmm. It's just how we always sort of stepped up and helped out the other team. So.
Team player.
Mm-hmm. And they're there. They're like, well, you're going to draw for us, so.
Yeah. Team player and a job man.
You are here.
Well, with the Comic-Con, celebration happening and your art being here, where can people check out your art outside of Comic-Con when all this is said and done?
Every Sunday on The Simpsons, that's for sure.
Okay.
But with right now, I'm focusing very much on the Chuck Jones work,
Okay.
and this is going to be a series of the two sides of the same. And like I said, it had to be very important that through what Chuck was doing, the onus behind each thing has got to be Chuck, not just the characters. It's not just about taking Roadrunner Coyote or Mark Anthony and Pussyfoot and just putting them in places. I really think I have to be honest to what Chuck intended with them, and as long as they fit within the real yin-yang metric, it'll work. I just don't want to be forcing it,
Yeah.
just for the sake of doing it.
Awesome. You grew up watching Chuck Jones cartoons and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Monty Python and Looney Tunes were arguably the two biggest comedic factors on how my sense of humor developed. So to be doing art for the family of Chuck Jones is, I never dreamed that.
Right.
And it's filled just nothing but absolute gratitude to be doing it and to be able to help out a great nonprofit at the same time.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So, and then, bring them new exposure. And obviously, keep the characters alive for the next generation. Try to present them in a way that they'll find interesting, compelling, and hopefully lead them to the shorts.
That's right.
Because they're still funny. They're going to be funny in 50 more years, 75. It just doesn't matter. They're timeless.
Yeah.
So it's just about getting the access because there's a lot. Look at all the content out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just this is just Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good reminder. This is just Wednesday right now for Comic-Con preview night. There's still plenty of time to head down to Chuck Jones Gallery, check out some of Steven's art, as well as a bunch of other art that they got down here. It's all free to the public to come in, peruse, buy, check out. So definitely come through Chuck Jones Gallery throughout Comic-Con between now and Sunday, and you'll be able to take in some awesome art outside of the convention center. I think that's a big deal for families, not to have to fight their way in there.
Absolutely.